Hello students, welcome. Myself Swati Hegde, chemistry lecturer in Alpha PU College. This is my 6th class on the topic alcohols, phenols and ethers. In last class we have learned reaction involving cleavage of oxygen and hydrogen bond. I have told you in earlier classes alcohols can undergo two types of cleavages. One is oxygen hydrogen bond cleavage and another one is carbon oxygen bond cleavage. In today's class we are going to learn reactions involving cleavage of carbon and oxygen bond. Among those, first one is reaction of alcohols with hydrogen halide. Hydrogen halide. Alcohols will react with hydrogen halide to form corresponding alkyl halides. Let me write the general example for this. ROH, this is general example for alcohol. This will react with hydrogen halide. HX, here X represents halogen. Alcohols react with hydrogen halide to form alkyl halide RX plus H2O. This is the general reaction. Let me take a particular example for primary alcohol. CH3, CH2, OH. What is the IUPAC name of this? Ethanol. Ethanol reacts with HCl. Ethanol reacts with HCl to form CH3, CH2, Cl. What is this? Chloroethane plus H2O. This is the example. This cannot take place directly. If you add alcohol with HCl, you will not get alkyl halide or chloroethane. This is because this needs a catalyst. Catalyst used here is anhydrous zinc chloride. Anhydrous zinc chloride is used as a catalyst to convert alcohol to alkyl halide when it is treated with HCl. Okay, let me take general example for secondary alcohol. This is primary alcohol. Secondary alcohol is CHOH, CH3, CH3. This is secondary alcohol. When you treat secondary alcohol with HCl in presence of anhydrous zinc chloride, it will form CH3, CH3, here Cl plus H2O. This is about secondary alcohol. What about tertiary alcohol? I'll write here for tertiary alcohol COH, CH3, CH3, CH3. What is the IUPAC name of this? Consider this as parent chain. 2-methyl propan 2-ol. Okay. When you treat this with HCl, here the reaction can take place in the absence of anhydrous zinc chloride also. If you don't use anhydrous zinc chloride here, you will get the product because tertiary alcohols are highly reactive towards HCl. Okay, tertiary alcohols are highly reactive with HCl. So no need to take anhydrous zinc chloride here. This leads to the formation CH3, 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 Cl plus H2O. This mixture of this HCl and anhydrous zinc chloride is called as Lucas reagent. In your lab you have heard about Lucas test. Lucas reagent. What is Lucas reagent? It is a mixture of HCl and anhydrous zinc chloride. Okay, this is test used for differentiating primary, secondary and tertiary alcohols. How will you differentiate it then? Since these are highly reactive, they will form precipitates easily. Alkyl halides are insoluble, so they will be precipitated out. Okay. This is highly reactive, so without catalyst, it will form alkyl halide. Alkyl halide formation will take place and the precipitate appears immediately. With tertiary alcohols, Lucas reagent will give immediate precipitate. With secondary alcohol, precipitate will appear after some time. After 2 to 3 minutes, you will get precipitate for alkyl halide for secondary alcohols. For primary alcohols, you need to heat the mixture. After heating only, you will get the product. Without heating, you will not get the product. So, this is low reactive. Primary alcohols are less reactive compared to secondary alcohols, which are less reactive compared to tertiary alcohol towards HCl. So, this Lucas test is used for differentiating primary, secondary and tertiary alcohols. Here precipitate is due to presence of insoluble alkyl halides. Okay. This is about reaction with hydrogen halide. Next is reaction with phosphorus trihalides. Reaction with, second is reaction with phosphorus, reaction with phosphorus trihalide. Here also alcohols react with phosphorus trihalides to give corresponding alkyl halides. Let me take I will take particular example, CH3OH, methanol. When CH3OH react with PBr3, phosphorus tribromide, it will give CH3Br plus H3PO3. This is phosphorus acid. When you treat alcohols with phosphorus tribromide, you can take even chloride, iodide, anything. I am taking bromide here. CH3OH, that is methanol, react with phosphorus tribromide to form bromomethane with phosphorus acid as byproduct. Okay, this is balanced reaction. This is reaction of alcohols with phosphorus trihalide. Next is dehydration reaction. This is one of the very important reaction. This will be asked for 3 marks in your annual examination. Third reaction is dehydration reaction. Dehydration. What is dehydration? Dehydration means removal of water. Water content will be removed. Dehydration. When you treat alcohols with protic acids such as H2SO4 or H3PO4, these are protic acid, that means which gives proton, which donates proton. When you treat alcohols with protic acids, they will give alkenes with elimination of water molecule. For example, CCHOH. When you treat this with H plus, that means protic, it is from either H2SO4 or H3PO4, that is protic acid, and you need to heat this. When you heat it, it will form C double bond C plus H2O. When you heat alcohol in presence of protic acid, you will get alkene. So, if you take primary alcohol, CH3, CH2OH, this is an example for primary alcohol, and if you heat it with H2, concentrated H2SO4 at 443 Kelvin temperature, you will get CH2 double bond CH2, that is ethene plus water molecule will be eliminated. Here removal of water molecule is taking place, so this reaction is called dehydration reaction. I told you it is very important. Mark it as a star in your notes for 3 marks. In your annual examination, they will give this question. Okay. This is about dehydration. You need to learn the mechanism of this. For primary alcohol, you require concentrated H2SO4, but for secondary alcohols and tertiary alcohols, milder condition is enough. For secondary alcohol, you will use around 80 to 85% of H2SO4, and for tertiary alcohols, you will use around 20%. 20% of H2SO4 is enough. That means milder condition is enough for secondary and tertiary alcohols. So now let us learn the mechanism of this, how this reaction will take place. This reaction mainly involves 3 steps. 3 steps are there in this mechanism. I'll write the reaction here, complete reaction, CH3, CH2, OH in presence of H2SO4, that is protic solvent at 443 Kelvin temperature. It forms CH2 double bond CH2 plus H2O. This is reaction. Mechanism involves 3 steps. First is step 1. Step 1. Step 1 is protonation of alcohol. Step 1 is protonation. Protonation of alcohol. Since acid will be present, that means it donates proton. Take CH3, CH2, OH plus H plus. This is from acid, okay, H2SO4 or H3PO4 or any other protic acids. This lone pair of electrons on oxygen will attack on this H plus, and this leads to formation of the product CH3, CH2, OH, H plus. This is protonated alcohol. Protonated alcohol. Okay, first step is protonation of alcohol. First step is protonation of alcohol. Here you are going to treat, or here alcohol will react with H plus and forms protonated alcohol. What is the second step? Second step is step 2. Step 2. Step 2 is elimination of proton. Formation of carbocation. This bond will become weaker. Second step is formation of carbocation. Formation of carbocation. Okay. See here, in this protonated alcohol CH3, CH2, OH, H plus. Since positive charge is present on electronegative atom, this bond will become more polar. This bond will become weaker. So this will be eliminated. Water molecule will be removed from this, leading to the formation of carbocation CH2 plus H2O. You can see here formation of protonated alcohol is taking place. In second step, that protonated alcohol will eliminate a water molecule. This protonated alcohol will eliminate a water molecule to form carbocation. This is carbocation. Carbocation. Carbocation formation will take place. So this is a reactive intermediate. That means this is unstable. Next is step 3. Step 3. This is a reactive intermediate. That means it is unstable. It cannot be like having this charge. With this charge it is unstable. So what will happen? This will eliminate a proton. Third step is elimination of proton, or you can write deprotonation. Okay, elimination of proton or deprotonation. Here this carbocation CH3, CH2 plus, first write it like the CH, H, H For your simplification, I have write it like this. This will eliminate a proton. This carbon atom will eliminate a proton and this bond will come here. Okay. This leads to the formation H or H2CH2 double bond. This bond is coming here. That means this electrons are moving here. Again CH2 plus H plus. H plus is removing from this. Okay. Here this is the slowest step. Second step is slowest step. So this is the rate determining step. Always in a reaction, the slowest step will determine its rates. Here second step is slowest step and this is rate determining step. This mechanism involves mainly 3 steps. First is protonation of alcohol, second one is formation of carbocation, and third step is elimination of proton. Here in first step, alcohol will react with acid and it forms protonated alcohol. One proton will be added to this oxygen. Since positive charge makes this bond less stable, that means bond will break. Bond will break and formation of CH3, that means carbocation will take place. Carbocation will be formed. This is the slowest step and it is rate determining step. Last step is elimination of proton or deprotonation. Here this carbocation will, this compound will lose a proton. This carbon atom will lose a proton and this electrons will move here to this bond and the leads to the formation of alkene, that is ethene here, and removal of H plus is taking place. Here H plus is regenerated. Always in a reaction catalyst will be regenerated at the end. Okay, you will also get H plus which is used in first step. Okay, this is mechanism of dehydration of alcohols. Okay, this is very important mechanism. Next is fourth reaction is reduction. What is reduction or what will happen if you reduce alcohol? Alcohols. This is example for alcohol HOH. Consider this as alcohol. Here on reduction, you will while reducing you will use KMnO4, that is potassium permanganate or potassium dichromate as reducing agents. In reduction of alcohol, formation of carbon oxygen double bond will take place. In reduction of alcohol, remember this, formation of carbon oxygen double bond will take place. Okay. Here bond breakage, this carbon hydrogen and oxygen hydrogen bond will break. So this forms the product like this. So this is called dehydrogenation reaction. This reaction is called dehydrogenation because removal of hydrogen is taking place in this reaction. So in reduction of alcohols, formation of carbon oxygen double bond will take place. Okay. Primary alcohols on reduction will give aldehydes, and which on further reduction it will form carboxylic acid. For example, I am taking CH3, CH2, OH, ethanol. When it undergo oxidation, on oxidation, you can write it like this or you can directly write K2, Cr2, O7, potassium dichromate in presence of H2SO4. First it will convert into CH3, CHO, that is acetaldehyde. Acetaldehyde will be formed, which on further oxidation will give CH3, COOH, that is acetic acid. Primary alcohols on oxidation will form acids. First they will convert into aldehyde and they will convert later they will convert into acids. You can stop the reaction here by using milder oxidizing agent like chromic anhydride, CH3, CH2, OH. If you use CrO3, chromic anhydride, as a catalyst, you can seize the reaction here, CH3, CHO. Aldehyde at aldehyde, the reaction will stop if you use CrO3 as catalyst. And if you use, or you can use either pyridinium chlorochromate also, pyridinium chlorochromate also. This will also give CH3CHO. Either you can use this or this. You cannot use both of these reagents. Okay, either you can use CrO3 or PCC. Any one of this will cease the reaction at this point. You will not get carboxylic acid over there. Okay, in the same way, if you take secondary alcohols, that is CH3, OH. This is secondary alcohol. If you treat it with CrO3, chromic anhydride, it will form ketone. CH3, C double bond O, CH3. Secondary alcohols will form ketone. Primary alcohols will form aldehydes. And if you use stronger reducing agent, you will get carboxylic acid. If you use oxidizing agents like PCC or CrO3, it will form aldehyde. Reaction will cease at aldehyde. And secondary alcohols will form ketones. Under drastic condition or with very strong reducing agents, they will also form carboxylic acid containing less number of carbon atoms than this compound. Okay, and even tertiary alcohols also. Tertiary alcohols will, you can oxidize tertiary alcohols only in presence of acids. Okay, or very strong oxidizing agents. They will also give carboxylic acids and ketones which contains less number of carbon atoms than the taken reagent. This is about oxidation using this catalyst, oxidizing agents. You can even oxidize alcohols, phenols and alcohols by using copper. CH3, this is primary alcohol, CH3, CH2OH. When you heat vapors of alcohol with copper, heated copper at 573 Kelvin temperature. When these vapors of alcohols are passed through heated copper wire, you will get aldehyde. Here CH3CHO. Primary alcohols will give aldehyde, that is acetaldehyde. So if you take secondary alcohols, CH3CH, CH3OH. If you take secondary alcohols and if you pass this vapors over heated copper wire at 573 Kelvin, you will get ketone CH3, C double bond O, CH3. Primary alcohols will give aldehydes, secondary alcohols will give ketones. If you take tertiary alcohols, CH3, CH3OH. This is tertiary alcohol, 2-methyl propan-2-ol. If you heat it or if you pass this vapor over heated copper wire at 573 Kelvin temperature, here elimination of water will take place. Elimination of water molecule will take place. It will give CH3, CH3 double bond CH2. Here from this carbon, removal of OH hydroxyl group will take place and one hydrogen will be removed from either this or this carbon atom. You can remove hydrogen from any of this. I am removing from top carbon atom, so double bond will come here plus H2O. But in these two cases, only hydrogen H2 molecule is evolving. Hydrogen is evolving. These two primary and secondary alcohols, when vapors of this primary and secondary alcohols are passed over copper wire at 573 Kelvin temperature, dehydrogenation will take place. Dehydrogenation means removal of hydrogen molecule. But if you pass vapors of tertiary alcohols over copper at 573 Kelvin temperature, dehydration will take place. That means water molecule will be removed, leads to the formation of alkene. Here primary alcohols will give aldehyde, secondary alcohols will give ketones and tertiary alcohols will give alkene. This is a reaction involving cleavage of carbon and hydrogen carbon and oxygen bond. In next class, let us study about reactions of phenol. Thank you.